Good afternoon. Hello. It has been a long time. We are going to be talking about the latest in immigration. What's going on with immigration, friends? Well, a lot is going on with immigration. However, we will focus on the most important news. Every news is important, but we have to keep our focus, or otherwise, we'll be all over the places, and we don't want that. So, for those who do not know me, my name is Bijoux.ngwanda, immigration lawyer based here in DC, family law attorney based in DC as well. We do work with individual when it comes to immigration all over the United States and across the world because we're dealing with US immigration laws. And we do handle complex immigration cases. If you do want to schedule a consultation with us, or you want to have us assess your case based on your specific facts, please do not hesitate to call our office 202-751-2180. Email is on display. Consultation fees apply as usual. So what's going on? Well, public charge. Okay. So what we know from last week, let me share the screen with you so that we can follow along. Share the screen here. Just one moment. So, public charge. Supreme Court hears arguments over public charge rule. We already know what is public charge. So basically, when someone wants to adjust status, they have to find themselves admissible. Public charge is one of the inadmissibility issue that can raise when someone is trying to adjust status. Under Trump, they went big on public charge, and a lot of people find themselves in removal because their green card application got denied based on public charge. What is it really? It's when the government find out that you will be a charge for them. So basically, most likely to rely on public benefits such as food stamp, public housing, Medicaid, uh, cash, and all those public, uh, pretty much government help. So they don't want the person who want to adjust status to become a burden to the government. So under Trump, it was really big because a lot of people really they found themselves in removal proceedings. And when Biden came into power, they tried to actually easy up a little bit this public policy rule about public charge. What happened was they didn't really go heavy on it, right? So now we find ourselves back to the same problem because guess what? 12 Republicans, right? Attorneys in Arizona really want to challenge and they want to defend the Trump administration public policy on immigration. So they went to court, and the Supreme Court has decided to take upon this case. So this is their argument. They went ahead and just as usual, they want to they really want to just basically reinstate public charge because they feel like the Biden administration is really trying to deter from what's supposed to be a something to help, right? So they went ahead and just made the argument, but we don't know yet because the court will decide on it in June, later in June. This is something to really keep an eye on because it's huge. It might impact the case depending on how the Supreme Court will rule on it once and for all. So, in the meantime, what is the advice? If you can avoid those public benefits, except for VAWA applicant, of course, they have to, when it comes to prima facie case, of course, they can get public benefit because of the situation they find themselves in. But if it's just like a regular person without a VAWA case, if you can avoid it, because we don't know how the Supreme Court is going to rule on it, please try to avoid it. And it's just going to make your case easier when it comes to adjusting status. Okay? So, not to mention, that's not the end, because those Republicans, those 12 attorneys, Republican, of course, in Arizona, they went ahead and again they want to they want the Biden administration to resume with MPP, remain in Mexico policy. Let me stop sharing the screen and go back. Remain in Mexico, MPP. Remember, we know what is MPP. It's when somebody at the border is trying to apply for asylum. That policy stated that you have to remain in Mexico until your case is adjudicated here in the US. When Biden came to power, they tried to really just to forget, I mean, to just try to stop it, but then that policy got reinstated. And finally, now the Supreme Court has to hear again about this argument, and we will know about it once the Supreme Court come back in recess, from recess in March, late in the spring. For sure, we will know whether MPP will be reinstated or not, right? So in the meantime, they stopped it, right? And then some federal judges brought it back again. So there's always a fight between the federal judges and this current administration when it comes to the Trump era immigration policies. So, remain in Mexico, my friend, we are going to hear again about this argument by the end of March. We will know for sure, but right now it is in place. Remain in Mexico policy is in place. As far as public charge, it was stopped. It is stopped, but final ruling from the Supreme Court will come in June, late in June. So we have two things to really look to keep our eyes on. And what else is going on? So basically, let me share the screen again with you. Share the screen again. What else is going on with USCIS? USCIS urges eligible applicant to switch employment-based categories. So basically, they have a lot of number of immigrant visa available in those other categories for the fiscal year 2021 to 2022. All right. So, and they want people who are qualified to switch to a different type of category so they can get their green card as soon as possible. If you feel like you can switch, please call my office again tomorrow, 202-751-2180. Consultation fees apply as usual, so we will know for sure how to help you out to switch, right? I'm gonna stop sharing the screen. Then we're going to talk about what's going on when it comes to asking for humanitarian parole. And we know with what's going on right now in Europe with Ukraine, while people are fleeing from one city to another, well, are those people eligible for humanitarian parole? Under those circumstances, yes, they are. But because of the war in Ukraine, well, I'm pretty sure those embassies are closed. How are you going to get it? Right? So you have to be in another neighbor country and try to ask for it. And the US, according to what we read recently, is prepared to get a lot of immigrants from Ukraine. And not to mention that a number of advocates, they're pressuring Biden to designate pretty much Ukraine as a TPS country. Remember, TPS, temporary protected status, so that when the citizens of that country will come here, they will have that legal status. TPS, as other people have it, Haiti and other countries as well. So that's what's going on. Once this TPS is designated, my friend, I'll come back and explain it again, try to give you some information. But in the meantime, we don't know when they're going to do it. So just keep an eye on it too. What else is going on with immigration? There is the visa backlog still going on. They're talking about 55 months to go back to where we were prior to COVID, which is almost 4 years from now. So if we're talking about 4 years, maybe in 2026, that's when things will go back to normal when it comes to visa backlog with the NVC. But if you want to expedite your case, of course, you can try. Is it going to work? Well, it's just a matter of putting your argument and try, right? So, and what else is going on? We have, how do you call this? The visa bulletin for March 2022. Only slightly some movement when it comes to Mexico. But other countries, really nothing has really moved. You can just visit, if you Google just Visa Bulletin March 2022, you can see where you currently stand. When I expedite your case, my friend, you can always try. It doesn't hurt to try and see if your case can be expedited based on the reasons, right? So other than that, this is it for immigration news. I mean, we keep our focus on what's really mattered to us. So, but if you, there's a lot always going on with immigration. But anyway, those were the most important, according to my own personal opinion and based on phone calls that we received. So, if you need a consultation, my friend, you need to call my office tomorrow, 202-751-2180. You can email me as well. We'll try to schedule you for a consultation. Consultation fees apply as usual so that we can assess your case. Remember, as a reminder, we handle immigration cases across the country and family law cases based really in DC for DC residents only. That we're talking custody, child custody disputes, alimony disputes. We're talking about divorce and stuff like that, really matrimonial law. Okay? Bijoux.ngwanda immigration lawyer. Don't forget to comment, subscribe, and please follow me on those YouTube if you're already here, right? But if you're not here, please consider subscribing. Follow me on pretty much YouTube. You can follow me too on TikTok, really, because you really need to be following me on Facebook page, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, so that you don't miss anything. Okay? Until next time, bye-bye.